Hey Canucks fans, we have a massive update for you. According to sources including Pierre LeBrun and Frank Cervelli of TSN, the NHL and the NHLPA are on their way to signing off on documents this weekend that has the NHL starting indeed on January the 13th, 2021. So less than a month from now. Just going to read through a couple tweets. Pierre LeBrun says this: the NHL has reached an agreement with the NHLPA on the season, pending respective votes by each side. NHL plans to schedule a Board of Governors call or vote sometime this weekend. The NHLPA has already had an exec board call scheduled for 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. So that's 5 p.m. That's basically happening right now. So yes, the NHLPA will likely approve it today, and the Board of Governors then would approve it sometime on the weekend. Then Frank Cervelli, so that tweet was from Pierre LeBrun. Frank Cervelli says this, a few really interesting tidbits here. Tentative agreement between the NHL and the NHLPA, which requires approval, calls for training camps to open on January the 3rd and the regular season on January the 13th. The 7 teams who didn't make the 24-team playoff can open camp on December 30th. So that was the 3 California teams. That was Ottawa, New Jersey, Buffalo, and I know I'm missing a team, Detroit. So those 7 teams, they can open camp 4 days earlier on December the 30th. And again, those dates subject to change and could get pushed back, obviously, if approval doesn't happen. He says a couple other things. Players will have the option to opt out for the upcoming season if the player or an immediate family member is considered high risk. It's likely going to be without pay, which makes sense. Otherwise, why wouldn't you do that? And then the team will have the option of tolling the contract for the year. So it's up to them if they, depending obviously on what type of situation it is, i.e. a Quinn Hughes versus a Louis Eriksson, the team will have the option of what to do, whether or not that counts as burns a year of the contract. Big important one. 23-man roster with the $81.5 million salary cap. We know that's the typical salary cap, but this includes the creation of a 4 to 6 man taxi squad. So that means the maximum would be 29 players, 23 plus 6. All 29 players will travel and practice with the club. So that's not a surprise. The taxi squad is paid a full AHL salary. So that makes sense. CBA has been expanded to include for more flexible emergency recalls. So there's going to be some work around the recalls, how long, timing, all that thing. But the big thing here is salary cap of 81.5. That doesn't change. $81.5 million, 23 players, up to a 6-man additional taxi squad who will be paid an AHL salary. So again, they got to think about recalls, emergency recalls, waivers, all that thing, all that. But they have to work that out. So that's a big one. And then lastly, Frank Cervelli says this, big question is, and something the NHLPA will talk about tonight on the call that's happening right now, what happens if the Canadian provincial health authorities don't sign off on protocols to play? And this is what I talked about this morning in my vlog. It could be an Edmonton hub or all 7 teams playing in different cities in the United States, either in hubs or in new cities. So obviously that's the least ideal. And Frank Cervelli basically said that players don't seem wild about those options. So there we go, Canucks fans and hockey fans alike. It sounds like they are moving towards indeed a January 13th start. And yeah, that's exciting news for all of us that can't wait for the NHL to come back. Leave a comment below. I'd love to know your initial thoughts. Nothing earth-shattering, but it's nice to hear that they're making progress. But I'd love to know your thoughts on anything I just talked about. And we'll kind of go from there. Leave a comment below. I love to read, react, and reply as always. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. This is officially the last thing I'm doing in my office for 2 weeks. I'm going home. God bless, and go Canucks go.